What are the best budget cards in Shadows of the Galaxy? Today we're going to find out. Hello and welcome to the table, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 favorite cards from Shadows of the Galaxy. Not legendaries, more budget options. There is one slightly expensive card on this list, but it's worth it, the pickup and playing it, because trust me, it does work. But getting into number 10, I got Lurking Phantom. It's my favorite combination of aspects. It's yellow, it's black, it's a 3-resource space unit, it's a good body, it's a 2-2 with raid 2. I mean, it's already a great start. There's a good reason that it should be at number 10. Beyond that, though, because it basically can't be killed. It cannot be captured, it cannot be dealt damage, and it cannot be defeated by enemy card effects, which is absolutely freaking insane. The opponent has to respect this card, because if it can stick around long enough, it either forces the opponent to somehow find an answer to it, or they gotta race you and kill you before it kills them. And man, if you can get 2 of these bad boys out, oh, you pretty much win the game. But yeah, getting into number 9, we got Jetpack. And man, I love this card. Jetpack is mainly on the list because I love Cheer It so much, but there are other reasons why I think this should be on the list, because any single deck that really cares about its leader sticking around in colors that can run this Jetpack, it's a yellow card by the way, should have it. Because Jetpack is a 2-resource upgrade in yellow, and it gives the attached unit, non-vehicle unit, plus 2 power, but in addition to that, it also, when played, gives that unit a shield token, but that token does go away at the end of the phase. So you may be thinking to yourself, why is this card good at all? Well, because it actually is almost a better deterrent by that shield going away at the end of the turn, because let's say the opponent has 3 units. And like, okay, well, if this thing's got a shield on it, I'll send 1 to get rid of the unit, and I'll send the other 2 to take out or get really close to taking out that leader. But if you play the Jetpack and the thing gets a shield token, it almost kind of helps you more, because the opponent's like, well, this shield's going to go away at the end of the turn, so I'll just wait until next turn and then attack it, you know? So it's like, I'm just going to lose value because I'm just attacking a shield token that's going to go away anyways. So the opponent's going to waste time not attacking it and letting you keep building it up, or you have that leader around longer, which is actually really, really good. Plus, it's very flexible because it has Smuggle. So if you really need it, you have it. If you don't need it at the time, you can resource it away, but if you need it later, you can still get it out for the Smuggle cost. So it is a really freaking good card. It's a lot better than people would give it credit for. But then coming in at number 8, I got Village Protectors. This card's absolutely incredible in my opinion. Any deck that has these colors, this card's just so good. I mean, it's a 3-resource 2-2 with Sentinel, which is not an amazing body, but then you add on the fact that it's shielded. So then you think to yourself, okay, the opponent has to attack into this thing twice, and then it will die. That is unfreaking believable. It's just such a good card that stalls out the game a little bit longer for decks that need it, usually decks in these colors. And it's incredibly cheap, so it's just such an amazing card, and it's one of my favorite cards in the entire set, in my opinion. But then getting in at number 7, I got Kira. This card's amazing. I mean, it's a 3-resource 3/4 unit, which is fine. But then you add on the fact that when you play Kira, you get to look at the opponent's hand, pick a card, and so long as Kira's out, that card will cost 3 more resources to play. That is unfreaking believable, because the opponent is just like, they got every deck has cards that they want to play because they're the most powerful card in their deck or whatever. They have power cards in their deck that are better than the rest of the cards in their deck. Well, you get to look at the opponent's hand and take the best card, maybe even potentially one of those power cards from their hand, and make it so much harder to play. And either they wait long enough to play that card, they resource that card, or they spend valuable resources and time taking out Kira. It's just such an amazing card. But then, getting in at number 6, I got Inspiring Mentor. Now, for a deck that loves to make stuff bigger, this is pretty much a must-have in combination of aspects that can run it. Green and white, and this card's nuts. I mean, it's 2 resources for an upgrade that gives the attached non-vehicle unit +1 power and +1 health. In addition to that, whenever that unit attacks or is defeated, you get to give an experience token to another unit. But then getting into number 5, I got Xanadu Blood. this card, it's yellow and black. It's a 6 resource space unit in yellow and black. I love this combination of colors. It's my favorite combination of colors in the game, aspects in the game. It's a 4/6 space unit with Raid 2, and that's already an amazing start. But then you add on the fact that whenever you play this card, or attack with this card, you can return one of your underworld units, back to your hand from the board, from the arena. But if you do that, which honestly in decks like Cad Bane, that's not really much of a downside. In decks like Boba Fett that do have underworld cards, it can suck at times, but it's really not that big of a deal for this big of an upside. Because when you do that, you get to exhaust any of your opponent's units, including the leader or a unit. That is unbelievable value whenever this really good and above rate body in space attacks and when you play it. So you get immediate value and value every time this monster of a unit attacks. It's just unbelievable. It's an unbelievably powerful card, and it deserves its place at number 5, at the very bottom of the top 5. But getting into number 4, I got Rival's Fall. This card's very simple. 6 resources, defeat a unit. This card is just incredible. It's like, hey, Xanadu Blood, buy. Any leader that really matters to a deck, buy. Any leader ever, buy. It's just like, this card, the best thing that's out. Doesn't matter what it is, it will die. It can be an 11 resource, 12/12 sentinel, doesn't matter. It dies. It can be the opponent's leader that has all of these shields on it and has sentinel and it has this and it has that. Nope, bye. It just dies, no matter what. And it's just such an unbelievably powerful card. It's a slightly more expensive version of Vanquish, but for that one extra resource to be able to take out leaders is such a big deal, in my opinion. This card it's insane, and it should definitely deserve a spot at the number 4 spot on this list. But then, getting into number 3, the top 3 cards on this list, I got Timely Intervention. Yes, a lot of people are like, why isn't Timely Intervention higher? This card's amazing. Ambush this, ambush that. I'm sorry for all of you that really like Ambush. I'm not that big of an Ambush guy. I mean, I like a lot of parts of it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. Because Timely Intervention, I still think is a very good card. 1 resource, play unit, it gets ambushed for the phase. That's awesome. The fact that it has Smuggle for 2 resources, that's almost better. And it's a really good card. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason that this is at number 3, because I do really respect this card. And it's a green event. Decks that run this card really like it. And a lot of decks in this aspect really want to run it. But I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest fan of Ambush. I feel like Ambush, it's a good mechanic, but it is definitely overvalued, in my opinion. I feel like it's good, but it's not as good as some people think, in my opinion. So, it's a very good card, but I think the next 2 cards deserve a spot higher than this card. So, hey, leave a comment down below and scream it at me. Timely Intervention is the best card in all of Star Wars. Ambush is the best mechanic in all of Star Wars. You can go ahead and say that. But, this is where it is on my list. But, getting past that, we got number 2, which is none other than McClunkey. That was a terrible. Anyways, 1 resource, yellow event. Yes, another yellow event. I love yellow, right? But, so this card says, return a friendly non-leader underworld card to your hand, and then deal 3 damage to a unit. Any unit. For 1 resource. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what's so special about this card? Have you ever played against Cad Bane by chance? Have you ever gotten mowed down by a Cad Bane deck because of this card? Have you ever played against Boba Fett that apparently also can sometimes really freaking like this card? So, some of the best decks in the game, in my opinion, Cad Bane, Boba Fett, decks that run yellow, have usually a lot of underworld cards and really like this card because you get to deal 3 damage for 1 resource at the cost, and not that low of a cost, of bouncing one of your underworld cards back to your hand. In some decks, yes, this can really suck. In Boba Fett, it is a really big downside, but in a deck like Cad Bane, it is unbelievable amounts of value. Because in the Cad Bane deck that I think is the best, you just get all the value possible out of your underworld cards, bouncing it back to your hand and playing them again, that's a good amount of value. Boba Fett, he does have some underworld cards that do have 1-plate effects that are really powerful, and you kind of want to get back to your hand so you can do it again, and this card can allow you to do that. with the added bonus of dealing 3 damage to a thing. Being a really freaking cheap way to kill stuff, it's a card that should not be underestimated in my opinion. So yeah, there's a reason it's at number 2. 1, because I just love the card. 1, because I just love Cad Bane. But 3, because this card, it just should not be underestimated because it is way better than some people give it credit for. But then, coming in at number 1, the best card from Shadows of the Galaxy that's not a legendary on this list, that's my favorite card from Shadows of the Galaxy on this list, that being Wrecker. This card is a little bit expensive. It's like $8 a card, $8 a copy, so it's a little bit more expensive for a playset, but this card is unbelievable. It's 7 resources for a 7/6 Overwhelm. That's a good body. But then you add on the fact that when you play Wrecker, you get to defeat one of your defeat one of your resources. Can be anyone you want. When played, you don't even have to do it if you don't want to. You can defeat one of your units, or one of your resources, sorry. You can defeat one of your resources, and then deal 5 damage to a ground unit. At the cost of destroying one of your resources. Sorry, this is 6 resources. Sorry. 6 resources for a 7/6 Overwhelm that when you play it, you can destroy any one of your resources to deal 5 damage to a ground unit. That is unfreaking believable. This card, 1, it's a really freaking good closer. Trust me when I say that, it is. In addition to that, you add on that this can be removal, and really good removal, might I add, when you play it. So you get instant value, even if it dies, and it's a must-kill threat. It is the best closer, in my opinion. There's Poe, but that's a little bit more expensive. For budget players, this is the best closer in those aspects, and might be the best closer in the entire game right now, if you don't count legendaries. So, if you agree with this list, if you think there are other cards that should be on this list, leave a comment down below and tell me your thoughts. But before that aside, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, it's completely free, you won't regret it. Hope that you enjoyed this video, hope you're enjoying Shadows of the Galaxy, and have a great rest of your day, everybody.